down the hallway. Hi, hi, hi. How's it going? Here's some new pieces. I. That's so funny. I'm like, you can just come over. Mm. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Cheers. Got like a new artisan made cup. And oh, girl, next time let's Siobhan, when you get into your new place, I'm gonna come over and do a video at your new spot. Wouldn't that be cute? And then you can show off all your new digs. Siobhan owns Cut Loose, which is a really awesome hair salon in Brooklyn, and it's the front of our office building, our studio building. I think it'd be really cute, right? And she just got a new, bigger space so she can expand a little bit just down the block. So she's still going to be our neighbor, which is awesome. So yes, exactly. Cut Loose BK. You can check out their Instagram there. How's it going? Yes! We were very fun. Oh, here's Anne. Let's get her in here. Welcome, you guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh, Laura, nice to see you too. Oh, nice. Laura joined, and
oh, great. She said she was going to join. Hi, Laura.
How are you doing? You look so cute. Your hair looks so nice.
Thank you. Okay, so I was so crabby I had to leave my studio. It was seriously 90 degrees in there.
Oh.
And I have air conditioning, but it doesn't work very well. So I'm sorry. I really wanted to show everyone the studio, but it's not going to happen today.
I posted a lot of cute videos of your studio in my school, and I'll post more afterwards to show.
Oh, thank you.
Talk about jewelry and all the other fun stuff you're doing with COVID, but even before COVID, you've been doing a ton of video interviews and virtual things and special drops, and I'm really excited to hear about the inspiration behind that.
Yeah, it's been really fun. With COVID, everything kind of shifted, so I'm not doing as much wholesale as most people are doing. So, but it's been really fun. I've been connecting with other small women-owned businesses and just having conversations with them. So it's been really fun. So, it's like what you're doing in a different, it's just building a community, because people really, it's how do we stay connected in this crazy world, right? So I had someone come on and talk about how to journal, because not everyone knows how to do that.
Good.
With journaling. With Wanda Wen from Sulip Papery. So that was really fun. And she gave some good tips and some prompts. So if you don't know how to journal, you can do that. These are all on my IG TV. So if there's anything that you want to watch, you can.
Book page also.
And my Facebook page, yeah.
Okay, just for other people. Are you guys, we have a lag, or are we doing okay with Wi-Fi?
I think we're okay. Am I lagging with you?
No, I'm just making sure, because I'm just back in the studio, and the situation still. This is newer for me. I feel like I've been back and then forth and then back and forth. So I'm kind of weird. Anyways, okay, that's really cool. So she talked about, but you also had recently someone coming in talking about herbs. And
I just did that. That was great. That was just last week, and she just talked about 10 of her favorite herbs and how she can, Sarah's saying there's a little bit of pause.
A little bit of pause. Now I'm going back on the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the best we're going to do. If I have to, I'll.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, Sarah.
And us. Of course, Sarah. The whole family's here.
Oh, hi. Anyways, Laura Ash from Scarlet Sage, she is so knowledgeable. So she talks about all the different herbs, and they're called adaptogens. It's to help your body deal with stress and anxiety. So she had some really good tips. And if you go to the Facebook page, you can download her list of all her herbs if you're interested. So,
but you primarily host them on Facebook, but also IG, and then put them on as well. Is that right? So they're
Yeah.
like live on Facebook. People are
And right, and then it goes to IG, just IGTV, just so it can live there, so people can reference it, you know, because sometimes you can't make it and you can't see these things. So and it's just been so fun for me to connect with these other people, small businesses, and hear about their expertise and what they have to offer. So it's been super fun. And if anybody has suggestions of another small business they'd love me to interview and talk with, I greatly appreciate it. Or if you are a small business and want to have a discussion, just let me know. I would love to. I
This is
would love
awesome.
to do it.
Yeah, and like you've been so how did this start? Because I know you were doing a lot of videos before that, or about maybe the process of you making them. Then it kind of has slowly morphed into more collaborations.
Yeah, I just felt like we really need a community and a way to connect in COVID and staying at home. And there was no way to go and socialize, and I'm a social person, so it was my way of connecting with other people in a way that wasn't all about me and my jewelry, because there's so much more to the world than me and my jewelry, and I think people get sick of me always talking about my jewelry. So it's it's been fun. And there's so much of what we're going through. We're all dealing with stress, or anxiety, and there's so many different ways of dealing with it, whether it's taking a supplement or herb or meditating or doing yoga. So
Yeah,
that's why I decided to do it.
I love
And
that. Finding they feel like really natural alignment in terms of the businesses you're choosing. We talked about this actually on our own phone call. I really
yeah,
I really liked how you thought about this.
it's all things that I feel like make sense to me, and because my business is all about um, nature and beauty and taking care of yourself and trusting yourself and becoming the best person that you can. So it's all these different resources that I did to help support that, especially when you can't go out and you
Yes.
can't go get a massage, you can't you can't go to yoga. So it's like, how do you capture that without having to go somewhere? So
But still present and still be involved and still be and blending in the jewelry. It's all connected. Jewelry brings a lot of joy to people as
oh, it
well.
does, for sure, for sure.
It's therapy also, you guys.
Oh, it totally is, right? Like when you're having a bad day and you just put on a pretty piece of jewelry and you feel so much better. Like for me today, I put on lipstick. I never wear lipstick.
Just for you.
It changes everything, right? Don't you feel so much better?
Yeah.
That and a glass of wine.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Feel bored and also just a little pick me up. I
for
feel
sure.
like we need to make it a miniature joy thing that we can do. Taking care of yourself is really
It's so critical, I think, right now, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't be there and support your friends and your family and all that you need to do. So it's really, really important to take care of yourself first. And I know it sounds really selfish, but it's just like what they say on the airplane. If you don't put the mask on first, you can't help all of those other people.
okay. My audio is breaking up. That's what Laura said. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
wondering. Okay.
I wonder if I should, I'm going to should I switch my Wi-Fi too?
I don't know. What do you think? Is this
Okay,
better?
I'm going to try switching mine too, and maybe that'll make a difference.
I have another try. I know this has been an issue because I have a studio that has Wi-Fi in it, but it's not something I control. So,
Okay.
you know what
All
I
right.
mean?
Let me try switching. If I lose you, I'll be right back.
Same. Technical. Bear with us, you guys. Thank you so much. Honestly, let us know because we want to make sure that you can hear us. I don't know, Anne. I don't know. What do you think, Anne?
I just got you back, so
Okay.
hopefully it'll be
You guys
better.
let me know. If otherwise, I'll start again, you know?
You'll what?
If it's bad, I'll start again.
Okay. No, I think you're okay. Well, we'll
Okay.
see.
We'll see,
Okay.
yeah. Move
Hopefully
the
this is better. That's
line.
that's the thing about technology, right? You just got to go with it.
It's like there's not a yeah, this is a learning experience. Yeah. Wait, so
For sure.
and you also do retail, or you used to do retail a lot. So how has that been
Retail
like?
shows, yeah.
Yeah, how has that been managing or kind of adapting that that experience now to the virtual?
You know, it's been interesting. I love doing those retail shows because, you know, you get to meet your customers, you get to see stuff on different body types and hear a lot of really good feedback. So for as a designer, it helps me a lot. So I love doing those shows. So the transition has been doing those Facebook Lives. So I did a couple earlier in the season where I put on new collections and had people get on too. And then they just plug in their comments and they can ask, like, can I see it closer up? What does it look like on? And that's the next best thing. Although it's harder when it's just on me, because like my body's different from everyone else. So I did have my mom come on with me, and her face is different. She's got a shorter neck, and so people could see how it looked on me and her, and we had so much fun. My mom is really fun. So that was
I
it.
only want, but I have not been able to
You
get
should do that with your mom.
Oh, you guys, Hattie Riley, did you hear? She's like, I don't know if I can go. I don't know if I can do it.
Oh, she totally could do it. My mom's 91. She did it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's a trooper, though.
She's a trooper, yeah. It was really fun for her. I think she got a kick out of it. So.
And she's a big supporter of your jewelry. I've seen photographs of her in your jewelry as well.
Yeah, she loves wearing my jewelry. Just like your mom does too, right?
You need it. Yes, right? Yes, Michael. I would be here for that too. I love that.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Okay, well, I'll pressure her.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, right? And so, what else have you been thinking about doing? Because I love how you're doing these mini collections, like the Talisman, for example. Where did that come from? You're making these really special drops.
Yeah, and the Talisman has become a very personal collection for me. It started because I was going through a lot of personal stuff. So I wanted something, you know, I'm a yogi, I do meditation. So I wanted to manifest my new life and what I was going through and to help me get through some rough spots. So I started just creating these pieces and wearing them, and I found them transformative for me because every day I'd look at it, and you know, my first one I did was hope, and I just needed to know that my world wasn't going to fall apart. And so I wore it every day and it helped me. And so then I thought, well, you know, I wonder if there's other people who this would speak to. And so I created the collection and I got really good response. So that's kind of why the whole holistic thing came about, is because I've really been focusing on these talisman and meaningful jewelry. And it's turned into not just about the jewelry, but a lifestyle. So, you know, I wear my talisman every day. I have 6 of them on there. I have a strength one, a hope one, a healing, wisdom, truth, and the North Star. And so the North Star is a special one. I created this one at the end of the year for my customers because really they're my North Star. That's who I design for, and they're the ones who help me. That's what my business is about, is my customers. So it was a fun one, and I created that. So this creation, this whole group has really grown, and it's so fun. I have these fun little. I
love this so much.
The hook is so great. You could put on like 20 of them, and it swivels. And I'm super excited because my next batch are going to have a black diamond on the front and the back. It's going to have a big diamond on it. So it's going to be really fun. And then I'm created another new one that looks like a paper clip, and that's coming out soon too. So it'll be, you can wear it all different ways. So a lot of fun things coming. So that's what I'm doing.
Wait, so can you show us a little bit? Does it have gold for the little part?
Yeah, the twist on it is 18 karat plated. Hold on, let me take it off.
Okay.
It's 18 karat plated.
Okay.
Yeah, it was too expensive to do real gold. So
Heavy.
here, I'll take them off so you can see them.
Thank you for deconstructing for us.
Oh,
yes.
It's fun. So it's just a little swivel like this, and this just screws, and you slip your talisman on, and then you tighten it, and then you can put it on any chain. But I love this heavier chain that I found. It's rhodium plated, so it stays black. You know, I love oxidized chain, but as you
girl, yes.
And as you know, as you oxidize things, it wears off. So I don't like that. And so I found this chain that you can wear and it doesn't come off. So it stays black.
Rhodium gives it kind of like a patina, like not gunmetal, but you can put this over a lot of different things.
Yeah, and it's on sterling silver. So it still has, you know, the value of a precious metal for the chain. And so, you know, you can order in different lengths. So these are what the talisman look like. This is the healing one. I call it my COVID one.
Oh, those little parts all move too.
Yeah, they do. And then it spins.
Oh, love that too.
And then this is my strength one, and it looks like a shield, and it's got a little white diamond on it. This is, if I had to pick one, this is my favorite one.
That's which one was the first?
The first one, oh, I don't have it on here. It was Hope. It's on my website. And then this is Truth. So I did it as a cup because I felt like people need to hold the truth close to them, right? Because lots of times we let it slip away. And then this is my newest one. It's Wisdom. Oh, and it's got little holes on it, and it's got a freshwater pearl. And the reason why I put little holes in there is because so often we don't trust ourselves or believe in our own truth. We second guess ourselves. So it's like a sieve. You're sifting through all the stuff you hear, and you're catching the pearls of truth or wisdom with the little sifter. And so that's how that came about. So my talisman are all about, I pick a word, I think about what it means, and then it's not a literal, I try not to make it look literal of what the word is. I want it to be a little piece of art or sculpture, so then you can wear it and you know what it means. And it's a great conversation starter. People always come up and say, oh, I love this. Your piece is so beautiful. What is it? And then you can talk about it, and it's fun. You can have conversations with people.
Yeah. Do you
so
ever
it's a way of connecting.
I find this with my work is it's not so figurative either. I don't do really figurative work. Do you find people find their own, they want to interpret something in each piece of their own?
For sure. And they see things differently too. They get the concept and they'll like, oh, but I see it like this too. Like I forgot about pearls of wisdom, you know, honestly. I just put this pearl on here because I loved it. And then my customer said, yeah, pearls of wisdom. I'm like, oh my God, what a coincidence. I just, you know, subconsciously did that. Yeah, and like this pearl is so meaningful to me. It was, it's farmed in the U.S. It's the only company that does U.S. Freshwater pearls. And the woman is Japanese. She's half Japanese. And I met her, and we had such a great conversation. Her father was Caucasian, and he connected with this man who used to harvest all these freshwater pearls. And then he found out that there's the original person who cultivated freshwater pearls in Japan. He somehow connected with him in Japan. He went to Japan, bought the patent on how to cultivate freshwater pearls, and he brought it back to the States. So he So it was really interesting because one, she's Japanese. Two, it's like my heritage intermixed with American culture, and it just, I'm like, oh, I love this company. So that's the fun thing, right? When you're doing
Yeah.
this with people you meet.
I think that I think that's become more and more important too. I think that's become a more important part of sourcing, sustainability, about where the metals are mined.
For sure.
I think this is like becoming a much bigger part of the industry. Before, this wasn't. A good 15 years for there to be more designers doing.
Right. It's so true. It's really changing.
I don't know. We're both West Coast girls originally, and back on the West Coast now. I'm very jealous of, but I was thinking that has always been a little bit more West Coast thing, but I think it finally becomes being really impactful in your East.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. It's changed a lot.
That's cool. Do you think
yeah.
about, like, because I know you were doing a lot. You do a lot of sketching, casting. Before, I first did primarily casting.
Yeah. And so now I'm doing a little bit of both casting and fabricating, and I actually brought some wax stuff just to kind of give people an idea of how it is. I don't know. I don't think people really understand like what it means. So this is how it starts. It starts as like just a flat piece of wax, and then I use these tools and a saw blade, and it's my imagination. And then I use these little carving tools. They're so cool. It's Kate Wolf's carving tools, and I love them.
You have the really nice tools, everybody.
They're so fun, and like they, you can create all kinds of shapes and everything with it. There's different color waxes. I have a blue wax, and then this is a ring wax. It comes like this, and then I just carve it out, and I cut the width that I want the ring to be, and I size it that way. So it's really fun because it's just like my imagination. Lots of times I don't even know what I'm going to do. I just take my saw and I start sawing, and the shapes come out. And like this is what happens is after I cut it out, then I make the shapes and then the cast, and then I put it together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it happens.
And that can be worn down as a lariat and so.
No, this is just a piece like this.
This is like the most. This is like classic view I think of, and I think of your visual language. But I'm seeing you really evolve and do so many more new things.
Thank you.
Like little drop. It's like
putting
you out of
your out again.
Putting you out of your zone a little bit. Pushing. It's like you're pushing into all these new languages because of it. I'm sorry if this is all.
No, that's okay. It's totally cool. But that's the same true with you. I mean, look what you've done, how you started, and now you're doing all this like crocheting and crazy stuff. I mean, like really fun things. And I think that's part of being an artist, right? It's like how do you expand what you want to do and evolve?
And I think that's like, I think it's scary to try new things because you get to this one look, but it's good to put it out. It's good to put new things out there. Don't do it. You're never gonna. Can't be.
It's so true, and that's the fun thing I think about creating is you just don't know where it's going to go, and even if it doesn't work right now, it doesn't mean it couldn't turn into something else, right? You have to start at one point, and if it doesn't work, then you're like, okay, so that didn't work, or maybe I didn't talk about it properly, so people didn't understand it. There's like so many like aspects of it. So you just have to like either try it again or rework it in different ways. I mean, there's so many pieces that I've made that are so ugly. I look at them now and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? Right?
Oh my God. Totally.
You look in the box and you're going, that is so hideous. Who thought of that?
Yeah. Yeah, and then sometimes I look at stuff and I'm like, why did that? It's this. I feel the exact same way because it is. I feel like I just produce. I kind of the same to you. I don't sit down with a clear sketch. I'm gonna make a 5-piece collection, and each piece is gonna look like this. That doesn't. I don't.
You don't think that way either. It doesn't
No.
work for me. And I am so jealous of people who say, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to sketch out my whole thing. And then this is my collection. One is I can't sketch. So it looks like a 3-year-old drew it. And two, I'm a tactical person. And I think that's why I like wax, is because I can't visualize something until I see it. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. Like in drawing it in 2D, it doesn't make sense to me. It's got to be 3-dimensional.
It's different. It's different. It's completely different once you start working in the material. Because I do a lot of sketching. I'm okay, but I'm not that great. And I get technical and then start thinking proportions and start doing measurements. I will tell you, nothing ever worked. I've never been able to make a piece based on the drawings. I have to change something every single time, and I have to let myself be aware of that and be open to that and be.
But I think that's okay because you have to start somewhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're just making it better because once it's already made, then you know what doesn't work.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I don't know if you do this, but I will like work on a design and rework it and rework it until I'm happy it looks, and then I'll be able to actually replicate it or put in production that piece. Right. I don't put everything right. No. Sometimes we designs or
you pick your favorites, right?
Yeah, and then you refine them and they're really tight, and then they go in production for me.
Mm-hmm. You have to. Yeah, it's rare that I make something first time and I'm like, oh, perfect. We're gonna go with this. It doesn't happen that often.
No. It kind of feels like being a scientist a little bit.
For sure.
Right, like scientific method, like hypothesis. See if I can get it work. No, it didn't work. Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board.
Right, because one is physics, two it's chemistry, right? It's like trying to figure out how is it going to hang, and then two is like, for me, chemistry is like when I'm putting it together and I'm soldering it and all of that, and then the chemicals of oxidizing. How long do I put it in? What don't I put it in? Patinas and all that. So yeah, it's definitely science and math too. So much math.
So, thank you so much. Because everyone's like, oh, like no, you can make it fit. Like you, for example, that wax you showed us for the ring. You're measuring it to make it fit on someone's finger, and when you cast it into the metal, a little bit of shrinkage.
So you have to do like 3 to 5% bigger. So you have to figure it, and the bigger the ring is, the more shrink it is because there's more wax to it.
Yes,
I know.
Yeah, that is like
my brain hurts.
Guys, yeah.
Sometimes my brain hurts. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna wing it because it's too much math for me to figure out.
Sometimes you can fix it in post. You know, like you can kind of polish things up. And change that.
Yeah, you can fix it. You can adjust it at the end, right?
Do you do your own house then?
No, I don't. It's I make too many multiples. So yeah, I work with a casting company, and I love them because it's a family-owned business. It's really small. I've worked with them now probably for like 8 years or 6 years, and they're super fun to work with, and they get what I do, and and casting really is an art and a science, and so if you don't do it all the time, you're not as good as someone who that's all they do. So when I send them my waxes, they give me a lot of good feedback, and they'll tell me, you should do this with your wax so it works better, and all those like little tricks that I wouldn't know because I don't cast enough.
Oh yeah, so, no. I worked in a casting house a long time ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Nobody knows that. But I exactly a lot. because I'm not a cat. You know, I'm not a cast. My work is very fabrication heavy, but I know how to do it. It is so scientific, the details that like I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah, it's so fun to do one-offs. Like if I want to just do one ring or one bracelet and create something fun, it is so fun. It's definitely an adrenaline rush because you have this huge acetylene torch. You know, you're melting metal. You've got the heavy goggles and the heavy stuff on you, and I mean, I've never done vacuum casting. I've only done centrifugal casting,
Yeah.
and so it's just like it's a rush. You're into the Oh, you're pouring it into the mold.
Yeah,
So
no, if it's spinning like this and you're pouring molten metal, and it could spin all over the place and kill you.
I know, totally. It's scary, but it's so fun.
It is really fun. I've done it all, but it was. I don't know. I'm happy with the fact. With less, I'm good with this. But I really like that I see in your work both things coming together. You're not doing lost wax, or you're not just sculptural wax. You're also in more of these fabricated elements, like the little lock that you developed. Did that and the paperclip? Like, are you fabricating those, or also elements?
No, I'm having someone fabricate it for me. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to do it.
Well, you know what it is I want to make sure the screw mechanism works really well, and my skill set isn't there to do that. And so I found somebody who makes them for me, and that's their expertise. So, yeah. I mean, you know this. You can't do everything yourself. You need support.
No, you don't. Not possible in. You can't make your own wire. You can't. You'll never or ever sell anything because you'll be rolling out wire to then make a ring or what. Yeah, that's but that's fun. I think it's nice to have like you're kind of expanding this little team.
Yeah.
You also have customer service too. You have someone that helps you with customer service.
Yeah, I do. I have a girl who helps me on social media, and then she helps answer emails because we get a lot of questions, and it's hard, like if I was always making things, I couldn't answer the questions, and I need support in that way to have someone answering questions and be able to get to the customer timely. I know how it is when I'm buying something, and if I have to wait 3 days, I'm like, I'm so over it by then.
Yeah. You need to have I know you have like a chat function, and she talks. I have the same, and I'm working on. This is like newer for me, but I think having the customer support, people don't buy things that are kind of work about asking questions or wanting conversation.
Well, especially with jewelry, right? They want to know how long does it hang on the ear? Is it light? Is it heavy? Because you can't really tell by looking at the photo. Or they want to see it on, or they want to see the back of something. So it helps a lot.
Appointments then? One-on-one appointment?
I do a lot of that. I haven't set it up so people can just book it online. You and I have talked about it. It's a great concept, and I think it's so fun. I just haven't done that. I would love to be able to do that because then you get to really talk to people. I do that when I do custom work. I'll get online and talk to them and figure out what they're looking for and what resonates with them. But I don't do one-on-one consistently. People will call and say, oh, I really am interested in this. Can I see it on? So we'll jump on Zoom and I'll put stuff on that they're interested. I think it's
super helpful. I'm more. So,
yeah, I'll follow your lead when you do it.
Okay, I'm working on getting the calendar up. I really, because I know you do also a lot of commission work, like using different stones with people, making that stone as a centerpiece, building something for them.
It's so fun. Yeah, my last ring that I just posted yesterday, that yellow sapphire, was super fun. Um, yeah, I loved making that. And, you know, it's, it pushes me creatively too, because someone will say, this is my stone, or this is what I want. Will you create something for me? And, is it, and it's just fun. It makes me think outside the box of what I normally do. So I was really proud of that ring because it was kind of out of my a little out of my comfort zone.
Oh, but
So
that's a good
it was
place
fun.
to be.
Huh?
That's a great place to
Yeah, it really was. So when it was done, I was super excited about it. And
oh,
so I think she loves it too.
that is also really cool. I love the customer response. You're building something so special for them, and it's so personal.
Yeah, it's been fun. I did a couple of them. I did another one where a woman had a diamond ring and it had like 6 or 8 ring diamonds on it. And so we took the numbers that were significant with to her and made a bunch of stacking rings. Like 3 were she and her husband and her son. Then 5 are like no, 3 was she and her 2 siblings. 5 was her family because she's got 2 kids or 3 kids. And then she did 2 for she and her husband. I mean, it was like so sweet. Like every ring had a different significance to it. And she had 5 rings made, and then she wears them either all together or separately. So that was super fun.
I love that. Is
Yeah, it's just like thinking like how do you take something and make it meaningful to somebody? And I don't like it to be like they're in love, so let's make a heart. You know, it's like what else is there that we can pick and do? You know, I had a couple and they came to my studio and they said, okay, we want to do an engagement ring and wedding bands. And so I was just talking to them and I found out that Montana was a very special place for them. I'm like, oh, perfect. I have Montana sapphires. I pulled them out and they're like, this is perfect. I want some Montana sapphires in my ring. And so it's really cool how you can find these little things that really resonate with somebody.
oh, that's so, and like even the materials themselves can be meaningful.
Mhm.
Where you're sourcing them, if they're recycled or they
Right.
sustainable, or like do that where you melt down someone's old metal and then redo it as
Yeah, I
well.
do that. Yeah, I do that a lot of times, you know, because gold's so expensive. People will have gold from, you know, and it's not like they don't like the ring or, you know, they just want to update it. So they'll bring it in and I'll melt down their gold and add some fresh gold to it.
Like
So
that blend of the old and the new together.
exactly. So, you know, it still has the energy from the past person who handed it down to them, and it's sentimental, but it's new, right?
Yeah. Well, and it's also, how do you think people come, how are you like cultivating your audience? Is it from retail shows? Is it from doing the online? Like you've built a following of people that come to you, these really meaningful objects.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of everything. You know, I've done a lot of retail shows, and then people find me in my wholesale stores, and then just doing these, just marketing. You know, doing the Facebook lives and emails and um, all of that. So you find customers, and then they tell their friends. So I've been very lucky that I've been able to make a living doing something that I love, right?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
feel that way too.
I absolutely like you moved from Chicago. First I knew you were in Chicago, and then you moved to Seattle, which is a big change.
Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. I thought, oh, no big deal. I'll just move. The business will be fine. But it took me a couple years to really find my rhythm in Seattle.
And be
So,
settled. I get
yeah,
it because San Francisco and moved to New York
right.
and had this kind of adjustment period as well.
Yeah, it's just like having a community, having resources. I was really lucky though because I rent a studio space from. Do you know Catherine Grisey?
I think because of you.
Oh, okay. I I ran a space from her, and she's another jeweler artist, and she's she's been here in Seattle forever, so it helped me a lot. Like finding resources and just having a community will help with her around.
That's
So
really,
yeah.
because you have appointments. Are you still doing appointments? How's that going now? I know you do appointments or have people in your studio. Are you starting to open? I don't know what's going on with.
We are still in phase 1.5 or something like that. Our rates are going back up, so they're trying not to. Yeah, so they're trying not to shut down, but they really want you to wear a mask, stay at home, not go out if you don't have to. I have people who will come by and pick stuff up. So either I'll leave it outside and do contactless pickups, or they'll come in and just be at the bottom of the stairs. But really, in my studio, it's me and my dog and my assistant who comes once in a while. So it's not a lot of us. So I feel pretty safe.
Yeah, you can still be 6 feet away.
Oh yeah, sure.
Math.
Usually she's on the other side of the studio from me, and we're not screaming at each other, so there's not, things coming out.
You're not expecting or whatever.
Right, exactly. So, yeah.
God. This is a weird thing to do, but I know jewelry is so tactile. People ask me, like, even buying still? I'm like, well, we're still buying.
People are still buying for sure. And I think, like a couple of my customers have said to me, since I'm not going anywhere, I don't buy clothes anymore. So I might as well just buy jewelry. I'm doing Zoom conferences for work, so I got to have cute earrings on, or I look at my hands all day because I'm typing. So I want to have beautiful rings on.
Yeah.
So,
I think rings capture people assess with rings you think of what stuff. They have big meaning. So people are more meaningful to kind of mark this. They're like a kind of like a talisman that they can hold on to.
right. Yeah. So
Really interesting.
yeah, for sure. So I have a new studio mate. You want to see him?
Yeah. Oh my.
Let's see if you can see him.
And this is like your mascot. Oh.
Isn't he so cute? And look, he has. Oh no, Loki, come here. He thinks I'm gonna take his bone. Come here. Oh, he's walking away from me. He's got one blue eye and one brown eye. Isn't he so cute? He's my baby.
What a good mascot video too.
He's so fun. So that's part of the reason why I had to come home today. We are both so hot. I felt like it wasn't safe for him. He was panting.
We're like this. I totally want a dog in my studio. Here's what I'm worried about. I have little things. Are you worried about the little things that fall and then they eat it?
No, he doesn't care.
Okay. I'm like, I feel like my dog would eat everything, of course.
You should put like a drop cloth and attach it to the table, so if things fall off, it goes in that. Like how the jeweler's bench have those leather slings.
Oh yeah. I have the sweeps thing for my bench. I never sit on bench. I don't do bench work anymore. Like
right.
I futz around with pliers today.
But if you were on a table and then you put something underneath on your lap,
like an attachment here.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That would be safer. Smart.
Or you just teach your dog not to eat it.
That's I'm so paranoid about this.
Oh, you should get one. They're the best roommate or best studio mates. It's so fun to have him in the studio.
Well, especially now because I was traveling, so I didn't feel like it was fair to the dog. But now I'm basically never traveling.
I know, right? What are you going to do? Are you going to just stay and do online stuff, or what's your plans?
Oh yeah.
That's
online has been good, and it is going to grow.
For sure.
I'm still a baby.
Well, you know what I think is so great is the feeling out there is people are getting more and more comfortable shopping online, for one. And two is I think they're tired of supporting Amazon. They want to support small businesses, right? I mean,
Yes.
Amazon's great for a lot of things, and they pave the way for all of us to get people to feel comfortable buying. But I think people are realizing that small businesses, you can buy stuff online from small businesses like ours that is not generic, and that's really special.
Yeah,
And I
and I
think
think
people really
are
want to support.
that they're not going to have as much immediacy with online if our businesses Amazon. I think there's people are a little bit more patient
Mhm.
about around time.
Oh, for sure, for
And
sure.
that can't be Amazon. We can't do 2 day have whip it up and be shipped. It takes time to make sure it's right. Sometimes that's weeks.
It's
Depends.
so true. It's so true. We can't be Amazon in terms of shipping fast. But I was just saying, like, it's just nice that Amazon paved the way for us to be able to sell online because I think people are feeling so much more confident in buying online now.
It was not like that before.
Right.
It was really we've really seen. I'm really investing there as well. I think it's really important, and I think in understanding how to connect with people virtually as well. So do more FaceTime, figuring out how to do more videos, even about just how it's made.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
You, yeah, you do a really good job of like showing stuff online and on Instagram. It's really great.
it's fun. Also fun, right?
It is fun. It is fun.
That's
Yeah.
and I miss people too. I was talked with Robin on Monday, who I know you know as well. We had it a long time ago. The in person is even though we're like so far away and it's social, we're actually physically distant. We're not so we're closer. Even I feel like we're getting closer to investing in relationships.
Yeah, and we're just learning to cultivate the relationships in a different way, right? So you're having conversations on Zoom, you're having conversations um, on FaceTime instead of in person.
It's
So
really we're I think we're it's how would this have been 20 years ago without technology?
I know, right? Oh my God, it would have been awful. Can you imagine 20 years ago if we had COVID?
No. Could you imagine having your young kids at that time?
No, I can't even imagine having babies right now during COVID.
All my friends have babies right now, by the way. I'm that age. Everyone had a baby in the last.
I, I, my heart goes out to them. It's hard enough raising a child in normal times, so I can't even imagine what it would be like now.
I think a lot of them are just happy to have the kid that they're just they're
That they have
taking.
the happy, healthy
Yeah, they're
baby. Yeah.
so excited to have this baby that I don't care if it's in COVID or not. And some of them are like, this is an excuse not to see anybody and just hang out with my.
Well, it's true. I mean, if you like, if instead of going on maternity leave and your job is to work from home, it's ideal. You're at home still with your baby, right? So, in that term, it's great.
Pressure. You don't have you don't. There's no pressure to try to do more.
Right, right, because you can.
Yeah. Wait, so what else is coming? Who are you gonna host one of your Facebook Live?
I am eventually, I don't know, I don't have a date yet, but I am going to have a gallery owner come on and talk about the importance of art in our life, which I think is so important. And especially, she's going to talk about why supporting women artists is crucial.
Oh,
And then I have another person who's going to come on and she's going to talk about ethically sourced enterprises, businesses that use have products produced overseas to give jobs to people who can't make a living. So,
in design. I've been reading a lot about that. Using design. Also, we looked at like B corporations
mhm.
are kind of them related to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, right. It's yeah. So this woman has a shop, and she has all these really cool artisan companies that really try to improve these third world artisans by helping them have a viable income to support themselves. And especially now, right now in COVID, a lot of these countries, you know, they depended so much on tourism, and nobody's traveling, so this is like it for them. They don't have any other way of getting an income. So she's
It's completely. I did tourism and doing things in person is a big, like, art event, going to Broadway. These are huge industries.
I know, right?
And it's going to affect global. This is a global.
I know, it's so sad. Here in Seattle, you know, there's such a big music scene, and there's so many of those nightclubs and music clubs.
And what a great food.
Mm-hmm. They're all closing down. Most of them are saying they're never going to be able to come back. And so what's going to happen to all these local musicians that really thrived here in Seattle? And
one of the last places you can be, like, it's a huge music scene, like, awesome music scene.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a big topic that's happening here. And you know, like everywhere else in the country, is restaurants. How are they going to survive? There's a couple of big names here in Seattle that have already said, we don't think we're going to be able to come back. So yeah,
I know whenever I visit you, that's what our number one thing we do is
eat and drink, right?
Yes.
We've gone to some really good places, haven't we?
Yeah, I like delicious places I've never been to, not like anywhere else in the country, and everywhere.
I know you do. Yeah, remember that one little bar that we went into that was dark, and they had those great drinks before we went to dinner? It was so good. Yeah.
That was Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
That's bar now. That's where your home. But then your studio's in Ballard.
My studio is in South Park.
South Park, okay.
Yeah, so I'm halfway between Capitol Hill and the airport.
Nice. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
awesome. Tell us, we have like 5 minutes. Tell us I want to know any other new talismans are going to come out. Are you doing talismans also like every month? What's this? You've been putting them out frequency. Do you have like a schedule to think about with these?
Yeah, I am planning to come out with 2 more. I'm not sure of what the theme is. I have a couple things in my mind, but I'm not going to say yet because I want to make sure I can do the concept. So I think I'm going to have one in August and probably one in September, October, probably October for Christmas. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm super excited about them. And I finally reworked my website so the talisman are a lot easier to shop than before. So you can go on and see them now and read about each one. But I'll be talking more and more about them because
you do a special thing about them as developing them a lot. I really love that you're asking for feedback as you're designing them to kind of incorporate that into the pieces, and then you're numbering them. Special little story.
Mm-hmm. They all come with a card, and it talks about what it is. And I was numbering them all, and then just making a limited edition. But then I kept getting people to say, well, I love this one and it's sold out. Will you make me another? So I just decided I'm going to number like 1 through 25. And once the 25 are gone, you'll just get them, and it'll still have the card on it, and it'll still have my signature on it. It just won't be numbered. So the numbered edition is really for those first few people. So
that's awesome. Yeah, it sounds really like it's going very well.
It's so gratifying to create something that is so meaningful to me personally. and that, sorry, I'm losing my voice, and that people actually understand what people actually love it too, and that it means something to them. So that's been really fun. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough.
I'm we're chat.
Mm. So yeah, I'm super excited about that, and I'm really excited about, I have a couple of new chains that I'm going to be introducing for the talisman, and then the new connector pieces.
Oh yeah, because I'm really excited about the
black diamond ones.
Yeah, the black diamond, the simple thing, but also the paper clip.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to come. One's really blingy and one isn't. So yeah.
Sometimes you need a little something for everything.
Right. And what girl doesn't need more diamonds, right? They don't have to be big. You just need a little bling, right?
You're incorporating a lot more sparkles in there. I love it.
Yeah, I love little diamonds. They don't have to be big. I just like little diamonds on things. So
nice silver, the black diamond, it matches really well. It fits with.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love, like, these are my signature rings, the stacking
Yes,
rings.
I was thinking of these. Yes.
Yeah, I wear these every day. These are my favorite rings. So
they feel good.
Yeah, I'm very partial to. And then this is my other favorite ring.
Ooh, what's that?
Black quartz, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is what it looks like. Oh. So it's see-through. And it's got gold on it. And so I wear that every day too. These are my two.
So cute on you. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cute.
So
well, yeah. We're gonna off in a second.
Okay. Oh my God, Megan, thank you so much for having me on. It was so fun.
So fun always chatting
I know,
each other. We would be at Bellevue now.
I know. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
That's such a great show too.
Beautiful show. Good food. Good. You've met all there.
What?
You know, all of my friends that live in Seattle who are all food from California.
Yeah, it's so fun. It was so fun having you here. So
I really appreciate it. It's really wonderful to check in. I want to talk some stuff about your studio. See it, and I'm going to encourage everybody to check into Facebook Live.
Oh, thank you so much, Megan. I really appreciate it. It was so fun having this conversation with you and hanging out with you.
So many new things, and I'm excited for things to come.
Oh, thank you. And you too. You're doing great things too.
Bye. We're doing. Bye, you guys. Bye, Anne. Thanks so much. Enjoy your little party too.
I will. You got to get one.
I'm working on it.